with this, not always this statement, but similar to this. It can be gleaned from table 1. So don't repeat the introduction here, di ba? Introduction is table 1 shows. When you interpret, table 1 shows again, no. It should be different. Okay? Table 1 revealed that. It can be seen from table 1 that. So, and then not always, no? For example, table 1, you use, it can be gleaned. Table 2, you say, table 2 revealed that. And then you can repeat it in other topics naman. Okay? So, you don't repeat it at once. Okay? Make a cycle. No? Something like that. That's how you present data. Okay? If you can gather as many as you can, you look at other paper, how they introduce. Okay? Again, so table, chapter 3, just results and discussion. Okay? Look at your SOP and prepare your topic. And you can make now introductory statement while waiting for your data. Okay? Now, in chapter 3, first part is summary of the findings. What do we expect in the summary of the findings? First paragraph, you say, what's the focus of your study? It involves who, what sample, okay? And then how you gather data. Very parang you are narrating to the readers again, no, how you did it. And then, after that, you're now going to narrate the results of the study. So, parang it's not like summary of the findings. You are directly answering the SOP. No, you should introduce again your paper by saying the objectives, the focus of the study, the sample, how you gather data briefly, and then proceed with the summary of the findings, 1 paragraph per SOP. In conclusion, 1 statement per SOP. Okay? Of course, in other paper, sometimes they do the shortcut. What I'm teaching you is the regular way of presenting the thesis. This is your first time academic writing, di ba? How about recommendation? So, 3 parts in chapter 4, right? Summary of the findings, conclusion, and the last is recommendation. Recommendation, first you look at your scope and limitation. Whatever part or whatever process that you were not able to do in your paper because of time constraint, you now recommend it to the future researcher. Okay? Now, in the recommendation, you can make it by topic. Remember in the, is it time already? Remember in the significance of the study, we discuss significance of the study per group of people, diba? Administrator, teacher. Now, you can do recommendations similar to that. For example, school administrator, and there's also hierarchy. Okay, observe the hierarchy. The last is always future researchers. Okay, school administrator. Okay, in a very humble way. You don't recommend as if you are an expert. We therefore recommend to the school. It's not. Okay. School administrator may consider blah 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 blah. Nakakuha? Okay. In a very humble way. You don't dictate, but you offer suggestions or recommendations. Also for the future researchers, in a very humble way, you recommend. Okay? I don't want to see any parang show off or arrogance in giving recommendation. You're going to notice that, no? In other papers, very arrogant the way they give recommendation. It's a no-no. You are not following a certain protocol, no? You are just presenting the data, and this is our findings. Now, you may consider blah, blah, blah. Okay? Did you get it? So again, you can do it by topic. And then, in the researchers, future researchers, you can recommend to them all the scope and the limitation of your study. Okay? So that they can continue. Now, if you are a wise researcher, you just look at the recommendation of the previous researcher. It will guide you. Okay? There is a study that focused on all the recommendations of a paper done for the past 3 years. It means you're going to track what are the recommendations. That is the direction of the research for the next 3 years. Nakuha nyo? So that is another study. That's why recommendation is very important. They just thought recommendation is just there because it's part of the study. No. You are now giving the importance, significance of your paper and giving it to group of individuals that they may consider it as a viable program or viable findings of the study, something like that. In fact, recommendation is one vital part of your study that will guide the direction of research in the next 3 to 5 years, especially for the future researchers. Okay? And it also supports the significance of your study. And you enumerate the significance of your study. That means you can now relate that in your recommendation. Okay? Get it? Okay? For the appendices, you just have to update that. Okay? Check all the cover letters. Okay? Make sure you have all the cover letters. In your cover letters, it is okay that you write SGD and you don't append the original. Just SGD, it means with academic integrity, you have the original. Okay? Now, during defense, make sure, okay, don't, I don't like to see any repeat or redefense just because you failed to bring your raw data. It happens. It happens in the past. It happened undergrad and grad school. Okay? You don't want to experience redefense. It will affect your grade. Okay? Of course, if it is redefense, even, for example, redefense, and then in the redefense, the panel gave you 1.5. But you are redefense. Diba? So that means it should be lower than that because the grade that the panel gave you is during the time that you presented. They didn't consider that it's a redefense. But if it is given to me, of course, I will make it lower because it is a redefense. Okay? Clear? First defense, 1.5. Redefense, 1.5. Same 1.5? Of course not. You are redefense. First defense, 1.5. Redefense, 1.5 is different from first defense na 1.5. Clear? Okay. Other question. Your output is hard bound. You know that the protocol? Okay. Hard bound. Make sure in the spine. Diba? You have the spine of you have your name in the spine. Be proud that this is your paper. Okay? If you want a copy, you can have your own book bind. Okay? Souvenir. Pirmahan nyo. Signed by the panel. Because you're so proud. I have all my paper from masters and everything. Lahat. Everything is there. So you can have a mini library out of that. Okay? And research now will become like part of your everyday life. Like brushing your teeth, washing your face. That's true. It's not a joke. Output. Okay, the skeleton of the chapter 3 and 4. If you can show it to me tomorrow, at least, diba, you have an output. Okay, class, remember. You should always have something in one day because one day is equivalent to 1 week. Diba? So that means 1 day is like 3 hours, 1 week of regular semester. If you don't have any output in 1 day, you're missing 1 week already.